And on top of all of this, she was able to move away by taking the kids. So, nevertheless, for all my new subscribers, I would like to say thank you. We definitely dropping heat on this channel, so make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Now, I don't want to keep rambling. Let's go ahead and get started with the video.
The kids to Wyoming has completely taken me out of the loop from being able to see the children, even though our custody document is 50-50. Basically, she's being rewarded for moving the children away from me and not allowing them to see me.
Andrew willfully stopped paying child support when he was employed. He has made it known that he will not pay me child support.
I've received 3 different child support orders from Michigan, Wyoming, and Colorado.
We had a child support order that was established in Nevada in 2018 and the amount of $1,800.
I'm not paying a support order, sir.
It looks like we have Mr. Dibble present.
Yes, sir.
Sir, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
And do we have Miss Scarborough present? Does not appear she is present. Mr. Dibble, this is your motion regarding child support. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Can you please state for the record what your objection is to the child support calculation?
The child support calculation, when I received it, the amount that she had filed was saying that I made somewhere close to $7,000 in monthly income. And the only income right now that I'm receiving is my military disability, which is $19.27 a month. I just stopped receiving unemployment from Wisconsin. And that was the only income that I had.
You know where that figure came from?
To my record, the communication between us is very little. I moved to Michigan to be closer to the kids. She moved to the state of Wyoming. So a lot of my communication, that there is none. To my knowledge, that is my income from approximately 3 years ago off my tax returns.
Did you file taxes for 2022?
I filed taxes. They were kicked back because even though it was my year to file for the children, because she had no income, she beat me to it. So I just talked to a CPA to get my taxes refiled because she had claimed the children before I had a chance to, because I was waiting for my W-2s to arrive. So she was able to beat me to filing for taxes for the children.
Your income for 2022, how does that compare to what your expected income is for 2023?
I worked until August of 22. So there'll be more income than what my income is for 23.
You said you get the military disability. How long have you been getting that?
6 years.
And you worked until August. What led you to stop working in August?
I was let go from my current job. I worked with sports and we reached the beginning season of baseball, and I was let go from my previous employer.
Are you seeking new employment?
I am. I have been applying to a minimum of 4 jobs, and this is per Wisconsin unemployment requirements as well, a minimum of 4 jobs every week through that. And I've still been doing it. I've applied probably to close to 75 jobs since then.
So you have the ability to work, is that correct?
As of right now, I do. I'm working with the VA so my 70% disability is for PTSD and social anxiety and depression. I am working with them to get my rating up, but I do have the ability to work until the VA says elsewhere.
So sir, what I'm going to need you to do is provide your tax information for 2022. It doesn't need to be the final return. So you can just, provide in front of the court the paperwork. They understand that you don't get the deduction for the child. So just so that you can provide to them, that shows what your income was, so they can use that in their consideration as to what your appropriate income is. They do have the right to potentially impute some income to you if you're not currently working. So that may happen also once they have all your information. If they request anything else additional, then obviously you should comply with that. But at a minimum, we need you to have to provide your income information for 2022. And then so far this year, then you're indicating at this point, you're just receiving the disability payment each month. Is that correct?
and I received unemployment up until 2
Okay.
weeks ago, which was
Okay.
375 every week. But that was just stopped 2 weeks ago.
Did that stop because you reached your maximum payment, or what was the reason for
Correct.
stopping?
Yeah, that stopped because I reached my maximum payment. And when you asked if I'm able to work, I'm able to work remotely. On Wednesday, I just had full ankle replacement surgery
Okay.
through the VA. So that limits what I'm able to do right now as well.
Sure. So if you have any, medical documents you might want to provide, because that might help a reduction for a period of time while you're dealing with that. So if you're on any sort of restrictions, you should provide that information also.
Absolutely.
All right. So I will grant the request for a new recommendation to be prepared based on that information. You do need to provide those documents within 30 days to the friend of the court. Obviously, the sooner you do it, the sooner they can get the ball rolling and complete a new recommendation.
Absolutely. I don't know if this is, and maybe this isn't the right place to ask this. So she, by taking the kids to Wyoming, has completely taken me out of the loop from being able to see the children, even though our custody document is 50-50. And child support is calculated off of time spent per parent. And I find it incredibly, I want to say unfair, but the fact that she up and moves without any sort of anything, and she's being rewarded for moving the children away from me and not allowing them to see me.
All right. So you are correct. I can't do anything about that today. If there are issues with, violations of the parenting time agreement or custody agreement, you would have to file motions on that, or you can file your own motion to either change parenting time or custody, whatever is appropriate based on the situation, but that would have to be a separate motion.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other questions, sir?
No, sir.
All right. Thank you for appearing. That does conclude your matter. Okay, the court next call the matter of Elise Scarborough versus Andrew Dibble. If either party on that matter present.
Yes, sir. Andrew Dibble is present.
Elise Scarborough present.
This hearing was adjourned from December 20th, when the defendant was ordered to pay $1,016 monthly. This sum is composed of $916 for support and $100 in overdue support. The defendant has an account balance of $12,087.50. The defendant was given option to pay $2,032 to remove this hearing. There has been no payments to date. The friend of the court seeks guidance from the court on how to proceed today.
All right. What would you like to say, sir, regarding the payments in this matter?
Yes, sir. I spoke to Shasta, my case manager, this morning, and we are doing the research. I've received 3 different child support orders from Michigan, Wyoming, and Colorado, and we're trying to figure out exactly where every bit of that is. I also have a disability form that I'll be filing. Right now, I've been seeking unemployment, but I do have military disability and just filed for military disability unemployability.
All right. So if you're not paying Michigan's support order, which support order are you paying?
I'm not paying a support order, sir. That's what we're trying to figure out, is which support order is supposed to be being paid, because, at this point, if there's 3 of them, I don't find it right that I'm paying 3 different support orders while also not being able to see my children.
All right. So again, my question is, which support order are you paying?
I'm not paying any. If I am talking to Shasta, I will be making that minimum payment for the Michigan one, sir.
Friend of the court, do you know if there's any issues with any other orders, or has that issue been addressed with your office?
From our understanding, there's only one charging support order that was actively charging, should be just Michigan's, based on the information I was able to research this morning.
Sir, did you provide any of those other documents showing support orders from other states to the friend of the court?
No, talking to Shasta this morning, I was going to provide it by the end of the week.
All right. And you currently own, rent, or live with somebody?
I rent.
How much is your rent?
Rent is $14.75.
What type of income do you have currently?
All I have right now is military disability.
All right. And how much is that?
$19.19.
When did you last have other income?
It would have been August of last year. So August of not last year, the year before. So August of 22.
For the court, I might have missed it. When was the last payment in this matter, or has there been a payment?
There has not been a payment.
All right, Mr. Dibble, anything else you'd like to say?
No, sir. No, sir.
All right, well, given the testimony and the history of this matter, there is an arrears in this matter, now exceeding $12,000. I do recommend a finding of contempt for Mr. Dibble, given the arrears and his failure to pay. I am satisfied he has the capacity to pay out of his resources, some portion, all or some portion of the amount due. I'm satisfied with the exercise of diligence. He would have the capacity again to pay all or some portion that is due. He's not made a good effort to pay and is able to make a payment on this matter. I will set the matter before Judge Hunter on April 11th. And I'm sorry, Mrs. Scarborough, I know you're present also. Do you have any questions or any comments that you would like to make?
Yeah, I would like to make a couple comments.
Sure.
So we had a child support order that was established in Nevada in 2018 and the amount of $1,800. It was a pay to direct order, which I understand that Michigan, I have to get a hearing for those arrears to be added. Andrew willfully stopped paying child support. When he was employed, the last payment that he made was in February of 2022 in the amount of $674. He has made it known that he will not pay me child support. And also, I had moved to Wyoming. I opened the case there. So my order is in Wyoming, his is in Michigan. I did close out the Wyoming case in September and opened it in Colorado when I relocated. The last arrears balance that Wyoming had calculated in September of 2023 was $44,400, and he has since not made one single payment in over 2 years.
Are you aware of any other open support orders trying to collect money from him?
No, Wyoming informed him that the case was closed, and Colorado verified that they had informed him that the case had now been opened. So Colorado is dealing with my end of things.
Your Honor, I know this probably doesn't go against everything, but I have tried when I relocated to Michigan to have everything arranged. She then moved from Chippewa County to Mount Pleasant, and then once again to Wyoming, where I tried to figure things out. And then she once again moved to Colorado. I have been chasing this since I have moved. And during that time, I have not seen my children since December of 21. And per that same court order for child support, it's a 50-50 custody order, which I've been told is no longer valid because she doesn't live anywhere. So I'm trying to figure out the same thing so that I can see my children as well.
You expressed your concerns about other support orders. What states are you saying those are out of, sir?
The same that she just stated, Wyoming and Colorado.
Do you have any court dates to appear in Wyoming?
I do not, sir.
When was the last time you had a court date to appear in Wyoming?
I have never had a court date to appear in Wyoming. I received paperwork. I never received anything else I received paperwork regarding the child support order paperwork being filed, and I never received anything after that.
Do you have a court date to appear in Colorado?
I do not. Same thing, received child support paperwork. Have not received anything further from that aspect.
All right, so again, given, as stated earlier, I'm recommending a finding of contempt, setting the matter before Judge Hunter on April 11th. I don't find the excuse of I don't know which order to pay to be very valid. As indicated, there's been no court proceedings in Wyoming or Colorado. We've been in court in Michigan, so clearly there should be payments on the Michigan support order. As to that hearing on April 11th, given the large amount owed, a lack of any payments in Michigan since this has been in effect since August of last year, and there's been no payments. Should Mr. Dibble make a payment of $6,000 prior to that court hearing, then that court hearing would be canceled. All right, thank you both for appearing. That does conclude the matter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
He literally just lies and lies and lies. He gets
All right, so I want to know, how do you feel? Because I kind of agree with Dad. She's been rewarded to be able to take those kids to, he moved closer to the kids, then she moved again, right? And then she moved again. That's not fair to the children to keep bouncing around. And on top of that, that's not fair to the dad who hasn't seen his children in 3 years. And the courts are only interested in the money that he have to pay. They're not interested or haven't said a word about why is she moving from place to place, violating the court order, because he said they got 50-50 split. Now, I'm not justifying that dad hasn't paid any money as far as arrears, but I kind of understand why he didn't pay any money. Why pay money towards kids that I can't see, touch, or talk to? Nevertheless, this is Antonio with Team Tiggio. Please like, comment, subscribe, as we'll be coming to you with more videos in the future.